It's Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which means it's time for Quick Fix Golf and all our pals to get together and talk golf and they're all trying to get better at golf. Everybody, if you play golf, you got to want to get better. I mean, you can't stay where you are. You can't ever be happy with with what level you're at. You want to get better. And tonight we've got what I'm really excited about is Joseph McLean. McLean, you got McLean?
McLean.
McLean. That's what you said, Mr. Clean, like Mr. Clean.
There you go.
Joe is really, I'm really honored that he's willing to come on tonight, and it's nice for him to do that to help all the rest of the gang because he has hit the jackpot. He gets that A plus most improved award. We're going to send flowers to his house or something. We're going to do something. I mean, it's amazing how well he's done, and I'm going to show that to you tonight from what he looked like when he first started to then. And Joe, where are you? What state? What city?
I'm in Naples, Florida right now.
You're in Naples now, and you've been in Naples the whole time we've been doing this.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been in Naples the whole time we've been doing it. Yeah.
So
I have a home in Philly too, but I stay most of the time 9 months in Naples, 3 months in Philly.
Well, the real thing is to say we haven't really met each other except through the internet.
Correct.
Online. So tell everybody what did you do that is different? I'm going to show the videos, of course, in a second. But what do you think you did that was different? What was your attitude about going into this thing?
Well, what I did differently was I did the drills that you showed me to do, and I kept sending you videos of my swing, and I thought to myself, I'm overkilling this guy. Bobby's hating me with all these videos I'm sending him. And at one point you said, that's why I make this thing unlimited. So I stopped feeling guilty and sent you one maybe every week to have you take a look at what I was doing. And sometimes you'd kick me in the butt and say, no, the one you did before was better, whatever. And then, so I'm a slow learner, but I think maybe on this most recent one that you'll probably show, I got a little closer to what I think you wanted me to do.
Closer. You hit it right on the money. Right on the money. Right on the friggin' money. Yes.
I've had fun doing it.
And see, this is part of our entire concept here is the idea of this quick fix golf in a sense. I mean, I guess it gives the wrong impression to think we're going to give you can get fixed quick. I can very quickly, in a matter of a swing, know what it is you need to do. Now the problem is, and that's 90% of the bargain as far as I'm concerned, is knowing what you need to do, know what the problem is. Now you have to nag it into submission, and that does happen over time. It doesn't happen in 2 minutes, but you'll have the right medication. And if it doesn't work, we can always switch the medication, try something different. I think of a drill as medication. But I'm gonna share this screen here. Where's the hold on here. There's that. I'm gonna share the screen so they can see you. Why is it not showing? No. Bear with me a second here, gang. You don't see the V1 screen at this time, I would assume.
No.
Why is it not coming up? As they say in the real world, technical difficulty.
When you share, you have to pick what screen you're going to share.
Now I see that, and I share this screen, but that's the screen we're on now. I don't want to share this screen. Okay, now I want to share. How about that? Do you see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. Now, this is Joe's last video. I'm gonna show you the last one first. And what's this contraption you got here, Joe?
It's a little device I think they call it a lag stick or something. There's a little thing that's magnetized in the middle there, and you swing it back, and you're supposed to hold the lag a little bit, and then it fires its way down, and you hear a big click, and you want to hear the click, as you hit the ball or after the ball. You don't want the click to happen early because you've casted it. So it's just a little feedback for a little swing training thing. That's all.
All right, and it was $169.99, but you got the video, right?
All
right. Anyway, let's take the club back. Look at it go right on. I mean, look at it right on this line. You could have maybe hinged a little earlier. You maybe lifted your spine angle a little bit, but I'm looking at the path of the stick. Now, let's look at what he looked like before.
Oy.
They had this little pad. What's this little thing you got here on the floor here?
That's a little thing that shows you the path of where your club is going. There's some fabric there that'll pull itself up, and it shows you whether you went in to out to in, hit behind it, hit in front of it, and you swipe it back with your club face. We took that thing to the golf show in Orlando last year, and we won the best new training device at the show. I was involved with that.
Oh, you were involved with that thing. Yeah, I remember
didn't
that
I
guy.
talk to you about that before? I thought I did. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get one that'll actually work here. Why are we not getting? I've been having trouble with V1 all day today. That's a frontal. We want down line. Come on. Here we go.
This is where it gets ugly here.
Look at where he was taking that golf club. Ugly.
That's painful to watch, Bobby. You had to show that, didn't you?
Look, that's the whole idea. You're not here.
Yeah, that was the first one I think I ever sent you right there.
And you see this right here. You're still lifting out of the spine angle a little bit. But now look at this, where the shaft is pointed compared to where this shaft is pointed. Because if our intention is to get back to here, you're going to have to make up this spread right here somehow, some way before you get to the golf ball. Look at where you took that golf club. Mod on. Then here, this is going to be cute. Look at the shaft. It's bowing. With the shaft, you're talking to, what the hell are you trying to do to me?
I just had a little chum come up in my mouth.
Look at that. Because you got yourself behind the golf ball, and your left arm, see where your left arm is? By comparison.
Yeah.
You can't get to the golf ball. If you swung from there, you stick the club on the ground right about there. So you have to turn your chest, and when you did, that's what steep is the golf club. That's what makes it steep. By turning the chest first, which is the exact opposite of what we want to do. Is this one of those things where you hit them into a lake and they're floating balls or something?
Yeah, that's right. It's a TPC course. Oh no, this is not. This is the other one. This is Cedar Hammock. Yes, this has a lake that they have the floating golf balls, and they scarf them up at night and reload you the next day, I guess.
So we started like that. Now we got a path like this. But let's look at the process of how we went through it. Let's look at this here. Now you look a little better here. You got your better duds on. See, it's still behind you. See that? Still behind yourself. I'm going to open up the phones in a minute.
Only you, Joe, would be at a driving range wearing sandals.
Yeah.
That's not Joe. There's Joe again. Most of everything Joe sent me was at home. Now look at the difference in his path now compared to what it was when he started. And the drill that I gave him to do was this right here. You go down to Home Depot and get one of these sticks, get a bunch of them, get a half a dozen of them. They're only $1.80 at Home Depot. You go to a golf store, they'll charge you $40 because it says Hank Haney on it. I put one on the club to about there and I just grip it, but you can tape it on if it makes it easier for you. And then I told him, I said, get straight back. When I start the club back, I just turn my chest. I didn't use my hands or arms at all. That stick that's on the club is still up against my left side. Then I hinge and lift. And then I have the stick pointed at the intended line of flight. Never back behind me. Because then from there, I can just pull down, boom, I'm right on the plane line. Pull down, right on the plane line. Boom, boom, I'm back where I started. Boom, 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 parallel. So that's the drill we worked on, was it not, Joe? What else did we work on?
Yeah. Yeah. That was mainly the main one right there. I was just pulling the club back way inside in the beginning, and you had me going hands in, club out type of thing.
Yes, what you have to realize, and it takes a while to figure this out. Here's this golf club. And on the end, well, let's just pretend it's a 6-iron. So there's 257 grams worth of weight on the end of a stick. That stick weighs about 80 grams, and the grip weighs about 53 grams. So what you want to do is lift this 257 grams up in the air, and then do as Sergio's dad told him, feel like you're pulling down on a chain with both hands, and you pull it down. The club works up, down, not around. And I think people get the impression that the club goes around you on the backswing. It doesn't, it goes up. See, now he's lifting that weight. There you go. Now see, you had it here. Now it's pointed at the ball. Now look what you did. Now you're in trouble. Where over here, now you're finally caught on. And you keep the butt of the golf club pointed at the ball the whole time. See this butt of this golf club right here? Going right for the ball. Perfect. Just like if you look over here at McElroy. Where did he go? Hey, McElroy. Come here, buddy. Where did he go? There he is. You'll see he keeps the butt of that golf club pointed. He actually has a good swing. See? There. Then he lifts it up. Where's the shaft pointed? At the target. The target is the ball in the center of gravity of the club, not the flagstick.
Isn't that me on the right there? Isn't that me on the right there, Bob?
Yeah, sure that is.
I wish.
See, so yeah, but now you look at Joe, and he's got a lot of the same. See, look at that as he was following through. Even when he follows through, he's parallel to the plane line. Right there. Look at it. Oops. It went forward. Come on. Look at that. Everything's working. You want everything circling this way. Then you just got to keep the club face at right angles to that path, and that's going to be the easy part. If you got halfway decent grip, and don't roll your hands, you keep your hands quiet, like this guy right here. I'll show you. Here's Bernhard. Hey, Bernhard, where'd he go? Watch his hands real quick. Watch this. Mucho importanteo. See that? See that? And I'll show you one that's not so hot. And he still makes lots of money. But he gets away with a lot of it because he hits it so damn far. Now watch what his hands are going to do. Not such a good idea. He's not going to be as consistent as this guy over here on the left is going to be. Look at how his club is he's still maintaining this little Y that he has. So if you can do that, and then right when he gets to here, he's going to hinge the club up. He lifts it up, and then he pulls down. He lifts it up, and he pulls down. He lifts it up, and he pulls down. He lifts it up, and he pulls down. It doesn't go around. It goes up and down. Even when you look at Dustin here, or Justin. Is it Justin? Watch how he goes. Even though he's shut, he goes up. Look how high his hands are above his head. So now he can pull down on the chain, as Sergio Garcia's dad told him. He said, pull down on a chain with both hands. He didn't say a piece of string, he said a chain. So it had to be something heavy. So here's Garcia. Que cosa, la hostia. Here it is. Now he's got to pull down. See? And he pulls down. He pulls down. He pulls down and boom, releases it.
It's amazing.
Let's open up the phones for some questions. I got to open this thing. How do I? Joe, anything else you want to add that could help everybody else out? That what you did besides doing the drills and sending the video back, which was very important.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Well, here's where everybody else has to help me out. See, the reason why that works is if you send it as an MP4 and you only send one swing on it and you upload it on our site, I get it really fast and I can turn it over fast. I can do that lesson in 3 minutes because the drill that I'm going to attach is pre-recorded, so I just have to attach it. So I can look at it real quick and say, "Yep, you're doing all right." But no, you got to do it some more. And boom, just blow it right back to you. Now I'll go work on it some more. You're still doing this wrong. Boom, throw it right back to you. That's what we do that nobody else does. That's the difference. Let me see if I can open this up. Show active speaker and thumbnail and show everybody. Oh, show grid. Hopefully. Let me see if
I'm gonna guess I probably sent you 30 videos or so, Bobby. I don't know. It was a lot.
Well, from our standpoint, it's not a matter of how many videos you send us, it's whether you get better or not. We want you to get better. Because if you get better, you're going to send your pals. And if we can get something going here where we're really, turning these things over quickly, that's where we're beating our competition, quite frankly. Because they're trying to do a lesson like you would do it on the ground, and that's not going to work. Nobody's going to pay $75 or $100 to have a lesson online when you can pay that same amount of money and have one live. With ours, we're making it affordable for anybody. So who's got a question? Let me see how do I open up these microphones now? More options. I apologize for not being better at this, but mute, unmute, top video participants. Unmute all. All right, there we go. You should be unmuted now so you can ask a question.
We can unmute it from our screen.
She'll go right ahead.
Joe, I have a question for you.
Sure.
How long did you practice this before you felt like it was changed when you stood over a golf ball?
I would say I started sending Bobby videos of myself probably 6 months ago. And, I like to take film and I like to look at what I'm doing. And, it took some time to get it to where it was 3 days ago. And I don't know if I do it tomorrow, if it's still going to look like it did 3 days ago, because, what do they say? You rent the game, so. But Bobby's input has been unbelievably helpful. So I would say this was a 6-month process.
And you understand also that it goes from doing it in front of a mirror or in your living room to being able to do it on the driving range, to be able to do it on the golf course, to be able to do it in a tournament. And it can break down anywhere along the way. You have to, that's why I really say that ballet dancers are the ones that have it right, because they work in front of a mirror constantly and they live and die in front of that mirror, and they develop a feeling and a visual while doing the exercises in front of a mirror. So the more you do the drills that you've been assigned in front of a mirror, the better off you're going to be. Anybody else? Great question there, Jamie.
Thank you.
Anybody else got a question? Yes, you can unmute yourself now.
Joe, has your handicap? How has your handicap improved?
Well, to be honest with you, I am not really playing a whole lot of golf because I have a shoulder issue going on. So it's hard to say that. I have a rotator cuff thing. I'm going through some therapy, so I'm not really playing a ton of golf like I would like to do. So the handicap hasn't really been totally affected yet because I don't have a whole lot of rounds in to make that happen yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 70 years old and the body is falling apart, as they say.
Hey, I'm 71. Don't say that. I'm not falling apart.
I'm
There
74.
you go.
Please don't say that.
Okay.
Take your
Right now,
vitamin.
you know, prior to this, I was like a 12 handicap. That was my handicap. So it's probably going to be about, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go down with this whole new swing thing. I'm hoping.
Well, if you can control your alignment, and remember that you're just trying to control the path of the club and the club face, the path of the club and the club face, the path of the club and the club face. Don't worry about your hips and your knees and your nose and your earlobes and everything else that goes with it. You're just trying to control the path of the club and the club face. That's all the ball is going to feel. The ball doesn't know if you turned your hips. You know, there's successful players that have a lot of quick hip turn. There's successful players that have no hip turn. There's successful players that lift their left heel on the backswing. There's also successful players that don't.
Bobby,
Yes.
I went through this stuff with you, and this drill really worked. And then you gave me the other one, which was the right cheek, left cheek for the
Yep.
for the spine angle, and that really worked too.
Well, good. Thank you.
Because I see that he early extends a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we did do a little couple of drills with the chair, didn't we, Joe,
Yeah.
behind you?
That's the next project. I do
Yeah, right
really
cheek, left
extend.
cheek. Yeah. But you know, you got to keep doing it even a year from now. Just keep these things you have to come back to.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. You're never cured. You're in remission.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I'll say it's like spraying for roaches. You quit spraying, they come back. So if you don't maintain at least some type of system to say, hey, twice a week I'm in front of a mirror, or 3 times a week I'm in front of a mirror. The way I like to do it is I say I'm doing a drill every time nobody's looking. You know, you're just constantly doing drills. If you pull up to any tour event and you drive outside, well, let's see, there's the one, what's that Italian restaurant? Anyway, there's a well-known Italian restaurant, Jose Maria Cañizares. He always used to go there every town. He would look for that restaurant, and that's the place he would go. It's a chain restaurant. But you'll see him out there waiting for a cab to get back to the rooms, and they'll be sitting there doing drills while they're waiting for the cab to show up. They're constantly talking to their body or their hands or their arms as to what they need to do.
Well, do you remember the story about Hogan in the motel, always with his putter, practicing his putting, always.
Well, in Hank's book talks about Tiger spending hours in front of the mirror in his hotel room, hours.
Yeah. Well, he probably had company.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. What do you do for somebody that sends in videos and they're working on basically like a stack and tilt swing, and their swing's close, but maybe there's a couple of things that they need to change? Are you gonna maybe sway them away from stack and tilt, or?
Not necessarily. Bottom line is you got to find a way to get the golf club back to the ball square and on the proper path. You know, there's all these things I've seen since I've been playing since I was 9, and I've seen all kinds of stack of tilts and the Mo Normans and the this and the that and the other style, this kind of. All of them have merit. It's not that they don't have any merit. It's just sometimes they go a little overboard. And I just think you have to, it can be good for some people. So I mean, if it's working for somebody, I'm not going to try and not make it work. Because there is some validity to it in the sense that when you put one of those mats down, Hashimoto, who was the guy who did the mat thing? If you saw him, there was more pressure on the left foot at the top of the backswing than there was on the right foot. Pressure, not weight.
Well, I'm one of Joe's friends for a long
Yeah.
time, and I am planning on sending in some videos.
Oh, you are.
Yeah,
Good.
I've sent him in before, but I've never signed up. But Joe has me convinced.
Well, what about do you do the stack and tilt? Is that something that you do currently?
I do the my version of the stack and tilt.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Look, I try to work with what's there rather than trying to, when you're trying to reconstruct a golf swing all over again. Um, I don't know how old you are, but at my age, I'll be dead by the time I.
I'll be 55 at the end of this month, and I've been known to change my swing on the way to a round.
Yeah, well,
Thinking, oh, this is probably going to work. Let me try this. And
you got to stop that.
Yeah, I know.
You got to look and say, okay, why am I not getting the club face back to the ball? What is it that's impeding that from happening? And then we put our finger on that and say, well, you see what you do with your hips, or you see what you do with your knees, or you see what you do with your upper body, you see what you do with the way you roll your hands. There's something you're doing that's keeping you from getting the club face back enough times in a row. Even the best of the best of the best have times they don't get the club face back. I mean, you see touring pros hit the ball out of bounds.
I've been watching a lot of your videos since back when you were doing things with Brendan from Be Better. So I'm definitely a
Well,
fan.
Brendan DeVore, yeah, Brendan's a great guy.
And talk to people who are making the journey before they leave and telegraph that.
Who's that? Somebody's there. Albie, is that?
No, I'm quiet all by myself here.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Anybody else have another question, or we'll call it a night? Did you learn something from this? I hope.
So if another
Bobby, let me ask you one question.
Sure.
I was watching Lydia Ko last weekend,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh my God, what a golf swing, right? How much can you learn from just watching Lydia Ko, watching Rory McIlroy, watching a great swing, and just watch it and keep watching it and just keep watching it and say, imitate, imitate, imitate. Look what they do.
That's why I say I don't know that I would imitate. Here she is right here. See, and there's, you can pick apart all kinds of stuff that's wrong right there. Look at her right hand grip.
That's Lydia?
That's Lydia
Recently?
Ko.
Huh?
No, I think she's lost some weight since then.
Yeah, no, she's working out, but she's working with Foley, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, she's working
She
with
probably
Sean. She was unbelievable last weekend.
Well, they say, Bobby, they say that, not they say, a fact, she has won more tournaments before the age of 24 than any other golfer, including Tiger Woods, Jordan Spieth, you name any golfer, she has more tournament wins. I think it's 16 tournament wins before the age of 24. Number one in the world, right there, Lydia Ko.
More than Annika?
Started 15.
Yes.
Wow.
But that's an old swing, Bobby.
Oh, yes.
The new one is so much simpler, or it looks simple. Oh my God.
And
Well,
she
that's the
doesn't
whole
weigh
idea, is to
100
make it
pounds.
simple.
Huh?
She lost all kinds of weight. She doesn't look like she weighs 100 pounds over the weekend. I was watching her.
Yeah,
She's a
wasn't
skinny little
really
thing.
slim. Really
Yeah,
slim.
she's lost a lot of weight. I know that. I heard that. So
Yeah, well, she's 5'5", but what's her name? Nelly is like 6 feet. Nelly Corda. Oh my God. They're hitting 300 yards.
there's an old video too.
That's Lydia?
No,
No.
this is who can name this? I don't think she's around anymore. Is she from Australia or something?
When I watch the women play, I find that their tempo is a lot smoother than watching the guys. So that's the only thing that I really pick up from watching the women is how their tempo is. It's just very rhythmic. Guys they tend to swing really hard, which the tempo changes somewhere from the backswing to the follow through, where the girls don't. It just seems to be fluid. So that's the one thing that helps me when I'm watching the women play.
Yeah.
Well, the first tournament I ever saw as a kid was a lady tournament. Came to the golf course where I was at, and I saw all the the greats of that time. Mickey Wright,
Yeah, I was number one.
Marlene Haig, all I can't even think of all the great names that were there.
Janie
Um,
Blaylock.
they were all pioneers.
Yeah.
In fact, my first set of golf clubs, I had a set of irons that were wooden shafted, and then it was just a 3.579 and a putter, and I had a 3-wood. It was a Louise Suggs 3-wood
Louise
with the
Suggs,
string
yeah,
coming
I
off,
remember.
and that's all I had. Of course, I was 10 years old, but 9, 10, so. And that's what I had to get started with.
Yeah, Louis Suggs' father was the pro at Sunset Hills Country Club, where I'm a member way
Really?
back in the 50s, and the LPGA Tour used to come to our little country club.
Yeah, I mean that's the first tournament I ever saw was a ladies tournament.
Yeah.
Then I'd skip school and go to Doral and watch the. Like I skipped school one time to go to Doral to see the Doral Open, and I looked across the green and there was the dean. And he waves me over, Mr. Spreen. He said, "What are you doing here, Lopez? You're supposed to be in school." I said, "So are you, Mr. Spreen." He was a great guy, though. He let me slide.
And look what
I was on the
happened.
golf team. Yeah, look what happened, right? Exactly. Anybody else? If not, we'll call it a night.
Good stuff.
Hopefully you got something out of
Well
this.
done. We had snow last night up here.
Really?
Yep. It's
You still
almost
can't get
gone.
out of Canada either, can you? You can't go to Myrtle
No.
Beach or anything.
We can't get out. We're supposed to stay at home, and we're locked down till May 20th. They closed our
Holy
golf
cow.
club and everybody else's.
Oh, no.
Not a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? You can read my book. I've got How Pepito Crossed the Border. They can do it. You can't do. I can see you jumping over the fence with a set of golf clubs over your back.
I think if I told them I left my 57 Chevy in Cuba, would they let me go?
Well, you can go to Cuba.
We can go to Cuba from Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, the Canadians can go to Cuba. All right, gang. I hope you got something out of it. Joe, thanks a lot, buddy, for sharing that information with everybody.
Well, thank
So
you
got-
too, Bobby. I
the bottom
appreciate
line,
your help.
Is
See
when
you
you get
next
the
week.
drill, do the drill. Send me a video of you doing the drill. I want to see somebody doing the drill, not just a video of
Thank you.
your swing. Need to see
Thank you.
videos of you doing the drill that you've been assigned. All right, gang. Enjoyed it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Jamie.
Thanks, Bobby. Yeah. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you.
Nice.
Mm.